my way home, I kind of got a little download because I was eating ice cream and walking by myself, and I just really felt so okay with that. And years ago, I wouldn't have felt okay with kind of my aloneness or embodying that. So this video, we're going to talk about embodying being alone and dating yourself and how to date yourself and my experiences with that, and yeah, all of that. I just got back from dinner with my girlfriend Katie, and the entire time we kept bringing up a book called The Artist's Way. If you've never heard of it, it is a great book, and I'll link it below so you don't have to stress. But one of the biggest themes in The Artist's Way is taking yourself on artist dates, or kind of like dating yourself. And now this is a great tool and it's a great exercise for creatives, but it's a great exercise just for people in general. It's a great way to figure out who you are. For people on their healing journey, for people who've just had a breakup, for people who've just had a major life change. It's kind of you spending time alone with yourself and also learning how to be alone and finding power in that and not letting it be a thing of weakness and allowing it to build self-confidence. And I have to be honest with you, me spending time alone, and I spent a really good portion of time alone in my life, helped me out so much. And I am married, and I still had to kind of sit with myself and be alone and kind of reconfigure and figure out who I was and, kind of make it known to my partner. I need to have blocks of time alone. I need to go on a vacation alone. I kind of got to figure out who I am. And I was approaching my 40th birthday. I was going through, whether you want to call it, I don't know, your dark night of the soul, your Kundalini awakening, your midlife crisis, whatever you want. I was really going through it. And in order to make it out on the other side, I needed to figure out who I was, or figure out this new version of me, because if you're not growing, you're dead. And I was growing and I was changing, but kind of surface me and outer me and, me in my friendship circles and me at work and me in my career and me on the internet wasn't kind of aligning with who and what was going on the inside, or what my mental was, or how my emotional felt, or how I wanted to show up. And so I had to kind of take a pause, kind of detach, spend some time alone, date myself, refigure out what I like, what I want, and go on from there. If you stay to the end of this video, we're going to talk about basically the ways that you can date yourself, and we're going to talk about all of that stuff. So let's just get through with it. This video is for anybody who is moving through. This could be someone who is on a breakup. This could be someone going through a mental health journey, their healing journey, anyone who wants to focus on self-confidence, self-love, and learning how to date yourselves again. And that's who this video is for. And if you stay tuned to the end of this video, I am going to give you examples and ideas on how to date yourself and how to go on dates and how to get to know yourself again and how to feel comfortable with being alone and kind of move through maybe some difficult times and some things that could feel lonely, but could end up kind of turning into some of the most empowering moments of your life. So let's get through this video. So during this time, there really needs to be a shift to self-care. There also needs to be an emphasis on self-love, and self-love is so crucial in building self-confidence. And one of the reasons why is because how the hell are you going to teach people how to date you, how to take care of you, if you don't even know what you like, if you don't even know how to date yourself, if you don't even know how to show up for yourself? So you can't expect other people to treat you well if you are not treating you well. And that's kind of one of the key components in this whole dating yourself thing, in this artist date, in this artist way, and in showing up for yourself and kind of treating yourself the way that you want to be treated by others. You kind of got to do it and embody it, and then you can show others how to do it. And a lot of us are awful at this. And the reason why a lot of us are awful at this is because we put other people's needs before ourselves. We're people pleasers. We've been taught to dim our light. We've been taught to dim ourselves. We've been taught that making requests is selfish, and we should think about other people's feelings before we think about our own. And you need balance in all of that. But let's focus on us right now, and let's focus on how you want to feel and how you want to be treated. Crappiest part of this is it takes time. Being alone stinks, but you really have to detach and you really have to spend time being alone, because I always say, once you learn how to fill your own cup, it overflows into every area of your life. And once you learn how to give yourself joy and you're not looking for it from experiences or people or things or objects or physical goods or clothing or alcohol alcohol or drugs or booze or crazy vacations. Once you learn how to give the self to yourself, just by sitting in your house and maybe journaling or doing yoga or dancing around to music in your living room alone, if you can make yourself laugh and bring yourself joy from that, you know you can do it. And so then you're not looking for other people to do this, and you're not looking for other people. So then when other people aren't around, you don't feel deflated and you don't feel like a balloon that lost all its air, and you're not sitting there like, oh, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? I'm going to put on some music and I'm going to dance. I know I can do this for myself. When it comes to dating yourself, what you're basically doing is you're treating yourself with the compassion and the love and the care and the respect that you would expect or want from a partner, except you are doing it for yourself. You're taking yourself out on dates. You're doing things like watching movies that you want to watch, cooking yourself a meal. We're going to get into a whole list of things you can do for dating yourself, but it's simple things. It's taking the time out to sit with your feelings and how you would ask your partner, how do you feel today? Or how you would want them to ask you, how are you today? You are doing that for yourself. You're planning for yourself. You're taking care of yourself. You're tending to your needs, and you're going above and beyond for you. And again, all of this takes time. It's not easy at first. It kind of feels a little cringe, especially like showing up to, if you're not used to doing like this by yourself and spending time alone, like going to places by yourself or, hanging out and eating alone. Like I know some people hate eating alone, and now I kind of like it. Also, now I love going to the movies by myself. I cannot stand going to the movies with anybody. I love taking myself to the theater and taking myself on a theater date. And you have to be okay with being alone. And you have to be okay with being and sitting with your own company. And one of the biggest things that comes out of sitting by yourself and being alone and spending time alone is you finally learn how to set boundaries, because you really ask yourself and feel what makes you happy or what turns you off or what you don't like or what is fun or what isn't or what your new desires are or what your new hobbies are, or maybe you want to revisit old ones, or maybe you want to get, new ones entirely. And you kind of realize maybe you're going along with the crowd for the sake of keeping the crowd happy. And now that you have the absolute power and authority and permission to kind of say, I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't want to go to brunch today. I don't even like brunch. I hate waking up early. I'm going to go to lunch instead. You're realizing that. So that kind of comes with this. And then you're able to set better boundaries in the long run, because then you can say, I don't really want to go to brunch. I'll meet you guys after it, because I don't really like brunch. I don't want to spend $22 on eggs. It's just not my thing. So you figure out how to set better boundaries and how to say no, and also how to say yes to the things that actually bring you joy and light you up. Also, going out and doing these like dates by yourself allows you to recharge. It allows you to fill your batteries. You can relax your mind. You can kind of get lost with yourself. And I don't know, for me, it makes me feel more energized. It allows me to be more focused. It allows me to be more present, and it allows me to show up better in my relationships with my friends and with my significant other. It also gives me the freedom to pursue my own interests, my own passions, the things that light me up, the things that spark me up, without having to worry about what other people are going to think, if other people are going to like it, if they're going to have fun, or if they're even going to understand it. Basically, it allows me to live a lot more authentically, and it kind of allows me to show up better for myself, which in turn lets me make better decisions. It lets me think about, is this something you really want? Is this something you really want to do? Instead of just trying to appease the people around me, or kind of being performative and acting or reacting how I would think that they want me to. So one of the big questions I always get is, how do you relearn who you are? Big thing, take time for self-reflection. That could be through therapy, that could be through journaling, that could be through these dates and spending time with yourself, asking yourself about your feelings. How does something make you feel? Experiences. Did I like that? Did I enjoy that? Did I enjoy my time? Do I feel energized from this? Do I feel tired? Also, identifying what you want to change, reflect on stuff and say, I don't want to be like this anymore, or this is what I want, and set new goals and try to, have intentions and try to be more present. And also be compassionate towards yourself. Realizing that this didn't happen overnight, that you might have lost yourself along the way, or you kind of started developing your partner's characteristics, or, maybe just doing all the things that they wanted to do. This didn't happen overnight. It took some time. So it's going to take some time to kind of unlearn these things. And ultimately, you want to learn how to break these patterns. You want to let go of the things that aren't serving you anymore, that aren't filling you up. And this is through, new routines, through going out, getting uncomfortable, trying new things, trying to have new experiences, planning dates for yourself, and kind of learning how to let go and say goodbye to your old self. And one of the hardest things is saying goodbye to your old self. I've had to do it, and it's rough. And we hold on to these remnants of who we are because they have served us. And that old self has really, helped us get to this point. But that version of ourselves, maybe we're tired of it, or it's not healthy, or we know we need to move on, or we've changed and we've had so much growth. So sometimes having like a ritual or a ceremony to let go of that old self, whether it's writing a letter to yourself, writing a goodbye letter to your old self and thanking that version of you, expressing gratitude, stating all the reasons why you're so happy and grateful and loving to that person and that version of you, and also why it's time to move on and why you have to, leave that version of you behind. Creating a ritual, like lighting a candle, maybe it's taking yourself on a vacation or even like a drive to the beach and, writing a letter or tossing something in the water or kind of just spending the day there and cleansing yourself. Again, any type of ritual. A lot of people like to use candles and they like to do a candle ritual. Some people like to take a letter or a note and set it on fire or burn it. Again, don't set your house on fire. Do this in a fire safe area. Okay, fire extinguisher, all the things. There's the warning. Also visualization, doing a visualization exercise where you actually detach from your old self. You maybe bubble that version of you up and let it go to the universe and, wish it well, or picture yourself kind of walking into this new body. A lot of people like to picture themselves like walking through a door and saying, I'm finally going to walk through the door and walking through the door of your new life. This new kind of vision or vibe that you want for yourself and kind of embodying all of that. You can also make a vision board. I'm big on vision boards. Cue the vision board workshop from the Donnas. I made a whole vision board for this. So that's my plug. But I'm big on vision boards, and you can make a vision board for this new version of your life that you want to embody, what you want for it, how you want to move for it, how you want to feel, how you want to look, the clothes you want to wear, where you want to go, the career you want. Again, vision boards don't just have to be for the new year or your birthday or once a year. I know people who make them every month. I also know people who make them for like the living room, how they want to decorate their house, the job that they want to have, the show they're going out for. I have a lot of friends in the entertainment industry who write and who go and write scripts or try out for shows, and they make vision boards for like every project they're going to be on. So vision board, the more you can make, the better, because it helps you like really deduce and figure out what you want. Okay, that's my PSA for the vision board. But I love them and I think they're very, very helpful. So all these rituals and exercises are intended to support you. They're intended to help you, and they're intended to help you detach and say goodbye. You figure out what's best for you and the best way to do this, but approach it with openness, approach it with compassion and a lot of self-love, and it's easier. And maybe you got to do it 2 or 3 times. It's like, sometimes you got to say goodbye to a boyfriend 2 or 3 times, or a friend. You got to be like, I know you didn't get the hint yet, but I don't want to talk to you anymore. So bye. So again, you may have to do that with yourself too. All right, let's talk about ways that we can date ourselves. Ways you can date yourself. You can take yourself on a whole vacation. You can take yourself on a drive. It could be large and grandiose, or it can be simple and it can be easy. Again, your life is your life and you got to figure it out. So take yourself on a picnic, take yourself to the park, go for a walk, simple things like that. Go to a class, go to yoga, meditation, go work out, spend an afternoon reading a book that you want, watching a movie, going to a comedy show, treating yourself to the spa day, going for a massage. Take a class. Classes could be in cooking, they could be in painting, they can be in pottery. I've taken pottery classes. I kind of was basically told that I wasn't a good potter and I needed to probably leave the class. So maybe you're not gonna be good at the first thing you try. But I've also taken sewing classes. I wasn't good at that either. I took floral arranging classes, half decent. I've taken a lot of classes in New York City. It's how I met a lot of people too. So take a cooking class. I did really well at the cooking classes. Take a baking class. You can take a dance class. I've done that as well. You can dance around your apartment if you want, if you don't want to go and dance in front of people. Take a solo trip, a weekend getaway, take a drive, go to a new place, go to a new town, go to a concert, music festival, or here's an idea, you can volunteer. Find an organization in your town or your city and go volunteer and go active service, gratitude, and also trying a new experience and getting out of your comfort zone, taking yourself on a date. So there you go. We hit a lot of things on that one. Another thing you can do, which is what I love to do, a great date that I love to take myself on a photography walk. I love to go around the city with my camera, and I love to walk around and just take photos of things. And I usually find new things in the city or stuff that's going on. You can also make a vision board. You can take the Donna's vision board class if you want. You can take a self-defense class. You can write a letter to yourself. You can write a letter to a friend. My favorite one, taking a day off from work and just seeing where the day takes me, planning planning a whole day for myself, start to finish. I wake up in the morning. I usually do a bunch of self-care in the morning. I work out and then do a bunch of self-care. I then take myself to breakfast. I then take myself to the movies. Then I come home. I usually journal a little bit, change. Then I go back out. I mean, this is a whole day. Then I go back out again because I'm like changing my outfits. I'm changing my makeup. It's like, I love that stuff. I love over the top. Go to a bar, sit at the bar and have a meal. I love sitting at the bar. If you listen to my podcast, you know I love sitting at the bar, but I may go sit at the bar and have a meal. I'll hang out. I'll talk to people around me. I'll talk to the bartender. Then I'll go do something else that night, maybe like museum, go do a little shopping, go to an experience. Again, I live in New York City, so like museums and stuff, they have late nights and they're open late and there's a lot of things to do kind of at night. And then I'll if something else is open, like some type of experience or thing to do, I'll go figure it out and I'll find it. Maybe it's go to a jazz club, maybe it's go listen to music. Yeah, then I kind of come home, more self-care, and then I usually write in my journal or write in my book or read. And it's just a start to finish day, and it's a day off from work, and it's a real mental health day, and it really is, the whole day is about me and everything I want to do, and I plan it out usually a day or two before, so there's no like cracks in the itinerary, and it's just a nice moving day. And I give myself a few options, so if maybe I don't want to go to the movies, then I go to a museum. If I don't want to go to a museum, then maybe I do the spa. I give myself a couple of options, and I try to tailor it to my mood and how I'm feeling, or if I need a little pick-me-up, I do that instead. So these are my ideas. What are you doing for your day dates? What are you doing for dating yourself? How are you embodying all of this? I want to hear in the comments below. And if you stayed this long, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Follow, like, subscribe, and I will see you on the other side. Bye, guys.